Hello and welcome. Today we've got Mark and Danielle, and we are going to be discussing the value of silver and gold and how bad the fiat currency is. Now, just before we begin, you can subscribe to our Telegram channels and to nicholasveniamin.com for my free email updates. And if you're watching this for the first time on YouTube, I will leave the link below in the description for the full interview. Mark and Danielle, thank you for joining me. How are you and what have you been up to? Danielle, we'll go with you first.
Great to see you, Nicholas. We are amazing. We just got back from a 3-week hiatus, kind of off the grid. And so we are refreshed and passionate about doing what we really feel called to do, our purpose now, which is helping people have access to God's mining gold and silver.
Thank you. And Mark, over to you.
Well, first off, let me say I love your studio. I think it looks awesome. And it's an honor to be back here. It's been, we're very excited about what's going on. You know, there's a lot of times that there's people out there who are confused and they're scared and they're fearful. And but if you have control and if you have a good understanding of knowledge of what's going on, you can position yourself to really be taking advantage, not at the expense of others, but by blessing others and just blessing your family. And so that's what we feel that we can be able to bring and help people with this membership. So we're grateful that you allowed us to come back on and share this information.
Absolutely. Now, we know silver and gold has been massively suppressed for decades. And Donald Trump is a very big fan of the gold standard. When I asked my Alexa just a few months ago who owns the federal bank, she said it was Donald J. Trump. And then when I had shared that video and it went viral, along with another video of another lady doing the same thing with Alexa, Google censored it. And now when you ask Alexa who owns the Federal Reserve, it says that an institution owns the Federal Reserve. So they're censoring the truth like they are with everything with fact checkers. And we also know that President Trump is a very big fan of the gold standard. And we know that JP Morgan has they've bought or own most of the silver in the world, and they're the ones that have suppressed silver. And when we look at the US national debt clock, silver should be worth about $3,000 to $4,000 per ounce. And now I believe it's about $30 to $40 per ounce. So there's a big scope here for investors who want to buy silver and store it. And, you know, they will make a massive, great investment back on silver. So let's talk more about the membership and what it offers to people who want to get involved. What's the benefits?
I take that? Okay. Well, the biggest thing that I would say, and Danielle has touched upon this many times, is the education that you get, because there's a lot of people, we were clueless when it came to gold and silver. And there's a lot of people out there who really don't have any idea what to get, where to get it, if they're going to get a good deal or if they're going to get ripped off or if it's real or if it's fake. That's a big issue out there. Matter of fact, there's a lot of fake stuff out there. So you want to make sure of the source that you're getting your gold and silver from. But what this membership does is it gives them, first off, access to gold and silver bullion at some of the best prices where they can get it either sent to them or if they're getting it through our Sound Money wallet, which is just like a digital wallet that you'd find in cryptocurrency companies, except this is backed by physical gold and silver. And so that's a huge benefit because people can get this in whichever country they want. It'll be stored under the highest security. It'll be insured. They can have it sent to them if they like. So this is a way that, you know, we're in this environment where the economy's changing like it is, and we don't want to be sitting on a mountain of silver or wherever it is. We want to be able to have it stored in a safe place. So we're able to do that at no charge to us. So that's a huge benefit. The other aspect that we found, which we never thought we'd have any interest in, is in the collectible coin area. And I got to tell you, the collectible coins, we were like, I don't want to do that. But when we first started getting them, we started seeing they're actually works of art. And where you see the price of silver and gold, and same thing with crypto, it's kind of up and down and up and down. What we've been finding with this, and even though there's no guarantees on what can happen with the value of the coins, these coins have been going up, the ones that we've been seeing in terms of their market value. And we've been seeing if we had that money sitting in a bank, we're earning squat. Whereas now we're actually getting some great value coming back. We're accumulating assets. We're swapping our depreciating paper money for a physical asset that is appreciating in value. I'll just show this real quickly. Like, this is one of the 9/11 coins. And this is beautiful. You can actually see he's got like a clear plastic visor on that coin. And even though you might not be able to see the 343 on the top, that's the number of firefighters who died on 9/11, followed by this on the back. Only the brave are free. And so this coin is, the thing is this is a work of art. And I've been waiting for that coin to come out. And when it did, we jumped on it. And just seeing that, it's been something that's been appreciating and a lot of fun.
And I'll just add, because kind of what you started off with, Mark, I was a teacher for 14 years. So I'm all about education, and knowledge truly is power. And we, not only have they been suppressing the price of gold and silver, they suppressed our knowledge as well. I believe on purpose, and never taught us about gold and silver and why it was so smart for us to have it. And we just, knowing that we can empower people to feel confident, to be able to trust. And it doesn't take a lot of time to really get yourself in the know, to begin setting yourself up financially, ensuring what you already have, and also increasing wealth. And so the collectible coin piece, we were just on a Zoom with a ton of members, and everybody was kind of sharing their story. And it's kind of the repeat story that when we first introduced people to this membership, it happened to us. We were kind of like, the collectible coin, I don't get, I'm not seeing that. But the minute you get your first one, you're like, this is gorgeous. And it is a work of art. And who has been in the coin collecting space up until now? Really, the elite. Those were the people who were acquiring these beautiful works of art and seeing the value increase. But again, now we have opened it up to the masses, and we make it accessible through our membership with these gorgeous exclusive coins only available to those who have a membership. So we're loving it.
And if I can mention one more thing, through our Sound Money wallet, people can buy gold and silver in whatever amounts affordable to them. And so right now, silver eagles and gold eagles, which are in the Sound Money wallet, I can tell you this. If you go into our Sound Money wallet, you compare it to some of the big boys, the other dealers out there that are dealing around the world, in order to get the price they're getting on the silver eagles in our Sound Money wallet, you have to buy roughly about 1,500 or more of them to get the price that you can get for fractional amounts through the Sound Money wallet. So we have people who just financially, they're like, well, how am I going to be able to participate in that world? They don't have the money to do that. They can throw $10 in a week, $5 in here and there to buy gold and silver. It will accumulate over time. And when they want the physical metals, they'll get them. It's not the ETF piece of paper that says, hey, this is worth an ounce of silver, in which there are literally 1,000 of those for every physical ounces of silver that are out there. So you want to be able to have access to the real stuff.
Absolutely. And Danielle, you mentioned the gentleman who understands the market and the economy, who makes predictions. Could you please remind us who that gentleman was and tell us exactly what he said, please?
Yes, it's actually another member introduced me to a gentleman named Bo Polney. And I watched his first video back, probably 6 months ago. And I follow him, huge fan. He's very interesting. He is actually a financial analyst, but he does so prophetically using the Bible and the cycles of time. So he doesn't ever predict events. He predicts the time. And so he's been talking about, he's talked about crypto, but he's been talking about gold and silver. And he says we are leaving, finally, the kingdom that Satan has kind of taken over, and we're moving back into God's kingdom. And when we move back into God's kingdom, we move back to God's money, which is gold and silver. And so he's predicting, and his predictions, not mine, can't guarantee anything. We don't have a crystal ball. But if you look at the past prophetic sharings that he's done, he's been pretty accurate. So he says, we are about to see the price of gold and silver reach levels that we've never seen before, and that they will never go back down. So timing wise, this is the time. And what he sees time-wise, in the next 6 months, he really sees the prices starting to jump up to where they should be. And you mentioned earlier where things should be. So we're excited.
How many ounces? How many what's the price per ounce?
That he predicts. He predicts when the one I watched, he said he sees that silver could go to $2,000 an ounce in 2022.
And how much does an ounce cost today?
I haven't looked this morning. Yesterday morning, it was 33.
And we're talking
31.
price of Eagles.
Yeah, this is American Silver Eagles Premium. So that's what you want to
So when we're looking at the value of silver, when the financial analysis that you were just speaking about, that it could go up to 2,000 an ounce, and according to the US National Debt Clock, it's around $3,000 to $4,000 for 1 ounce. So that's just based on the scrap value of silver and the weight of that silver. And then we have more equity when we're looking at collectibles items as well. So Mark, would you like to explain that for us, please?
Sure. The idea behind the collectibles is that you've really got rarity and you've got story. And I mean, you take a look at people right now. We've got friends who are collecting baseball cards, which is a piece of cardboard and it's put in a piece of plastic. But because of the rarity and story of that, there are cards selling for $13 million. Tom Brady's just sold for that. Whereas what you've got here is this is our company's 5-year anniversary coin. I mean, it's beautiful. I think I've already kind of shared that briefly, but you take these other historical ones. They've got the Ben Franklin series. It goes through each of the different occupations that he held, and there's story behind each one. And so the collector value, there's only so many of these coins that are minted in the entire world. And so if people want to get their hands on them, and ones that are in perfect condition, by the way, then they need to do it by getting whatever the limited mintage of them are. And that gives the coins an increased amount of value. The other thing I would tell everybody is that if you are collecting coins, don't take them out of the plastic case. We've had some people who get them and they're like, I want to take them out of the case. Don't do that, because that's what's keeping the coin's value is through that. But I mean, here's another one that I'll kind of share with you. This is a copper mythic wolf. I mean, these things here, this is the same thing that you're seeing a penny made out of, but look at the beauty and the intricacy on that. That coin, we were buying that at literally 2/3 of what it was selling for on the open market. And we were getting it at that value. And it's already, the day we're getting it, it's already valued at a price higher than what we're getting it. And so the idea behind it is this, is to be able to get yourself assets that are going to appreciate. And I'll just simply, getting back to what's going on in the world, we don't need to have a crystal ball, everybody. The most important thing you can do is be prepared. We've got a window here that you can get your hands on gold and silver at the best prices we're probably ever going to see in our lifetime. Years ago, no one would have predicted that gold would be at close to $2,000 an ounce. They never would have thought that. One of our associates that we work with actually has a beautiful gold eagle necklace that she paid a total of $400 for. That thing's now worth over $2,000 just simply because of the appreciation. Now, here's the thing I'll tell you. If everything starts to really kind of hit the fan, then I would tell you that it's those people who were preparing in advance who are going to not feel the fear. And I would tell everybody, you're watching, my personal opinion, you're watching a slow motion train wreck coming together with this massive infrastructure bill that they want to pass. That's going to drive inflation through the roof. It's $3.5 trillion they want to pass. It's actually $5.5 trillion through some of the hidden stuff that's in there. That's going to make the dollar's value go like this. And you know what? The options people have, or they can look at crypto, which is one particular way to go. But and we have some of that, but my personal passion is I want something I can have. Because if someone doesn't like my personal opinions, you know how easy it would be for someone to go, whoop, you don't have anything. What happened? Mm-hmm. And it could happen just like that. If I've got something tangible, you're going to have to physically take it out of my hands to get it. And it's been money for thousands of years, and it's continued to be money. And that's why we're keeping our hands on it. But we're also getting the collectibles because we're seeing that appreciation of something that's rare and has a tremendous story behind it. And they're actually releasing a huge, beautiful 1 ounce Ben Franklin coin tomorrow. And so we're excited to share that. So sorry to go off on a tangent, but I just get excited about it.
No, that's very good. So we know that the fiat currency, having dollars or pounds in your bank account is a waste of time. We don't own our money when it's in our bank accounts. The minute we want to take it out, we have to show proof. We have to submit to orders and questions, and they have to be satisfied with those answers and questions in order for us to have our own money, despite that we receive less than a percentage of interest per year, which to me is a complete scam, because the banks, they're broke, and they use our money to lend up to 12 times the amount that we give them. Hence the SWIFT system and why there's so many delays, 3, 4 to 5 working days delay. Now, I know that gold and silver is God's money. It's the true money. It's where I want to go. I have complete power of my silver and gold. I can sell it whenever I want. I know that it's a true currency. So if any business around the world, including the fiat currency and the banks, were to go bust, I know that silver and gold is tangible. Okay. So Mark, this is a question for you. Could you please run me through the membership and how it works, please?
Sure. There's 2 different memberships. Kind of like an idea, if anybody's familiar with Costco, you go in and you pick a membership. There's a premium and there's a standard membership. And each one will give you tremendous benefits. And I'll go through a couple of those benefits here in a second. There's also in those memberships, you're going to get some silver. You're going to get some precious metals. You're going to get a graded coin, and you're going to get some bullion with it. So it's up to you as to whichever membership that you want to get. After that, you're going to have access to the Sound Money Wallet, which is where you can buy gold and silver eagles at literally some of the best prices. I checked this morning, you're talking about $1.40 an ounce cheaper for if you're buying individual coins per ounce. That's tremendous.
American Eagles.
Over some of the major dealers out there. And you can have it stored at no cost. You can have part of it sent to you, all of it sent to you, whatever you want. You're also going to get access to some of the top rare and collectible coins in the world. And you're able to get them at the prices that they're released at. We actually saw one coin that was released by our company that was being released for $399, that day, the ungraded, and what I mean by that, it hasn't been looked at for perfection, it hasn't been cased. The ungraded coin on eBay had already sold out at $999, and people were able to get it, a graded, perfect condition coin for $399. So they're able to get really, really great deals because of the membership buying power. And the other big thing that I'll tell you is that we have silver when many of the other dealers don't have it. Months ago, they had the silver surge. Everybody else was sold out, 10-day wait before you can get your hands on it. Because of the collective buying power of this, our company has a large amount of silver set aside in which we actually can mint our own coins. It takes a lot of red tape to go through to get that. And then you also have one of the largest collections of silver eagles that's available, and gold eagles, of course, for our members out there that's accessible. There's other tremendous benefits. It's a membership that comes with amazing perks, including discounts you can get on travel. These are just throw-in benefits that you can get. But we just heard this morning how a lady saved $60 on her hotel just by using this throw-in benefit with this membership, which is tremendous. We've heard others save hundreds of dollars on their flights. So these are just like, hey, that's great. That's just an additional perk that comes with this plan. There's the education. They teach you about the 5 different reasons as to why to buy gold and silver, ranging from if you're worried about economic collapse, to accumulating wealth, to preserving wealth, to diversification, which everybody should be diversifying into gold and silver. You need to do it, and do it now while the price is where it's at. And lastly, collector coins. And they'll tell you in whichever category you fall into, this is what you want to get. And so they're telling you, they're laying it right out for you. This is the kind of gold and silver you want to get. This is where you can get it. And it's so clear cut. This is what Danielle was saying in terms of what it provided. And most recently, they rolled out a collector certification for those people who want to understand the collector coin value. And it's outstanding. They teach you everything you need to know. On top of that, there's other benefits that...
in the States, we have a health program for people. What is it called? A health share program.
Yeah.
So that
Great health.
It's great healthcare. No deductibles. So that's big in the States. We are global, by the way, Nicholas. We're in the US, Canada, the UK, Ireland, Singapore, Australia, and New Zealand. And the goal is to really reach every country in the world. So, we're here to help. The community that we have created is amazing. I mean, we have people who are using the membership for themselves, but being part of this community of like-minded people, it's so much more than just the gold and silver. And people need to feel that community. We have a good friend, Dr. Northrup. I know you know her as well. And she always says, community is immunity. And so we're loving it. And we're loving everybody that we can help.
Absolutely. So, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you there.
That's okay.
So I understand that you leave me a link. I'll leave the link below in the description for the viewers to click on. And say I'm one of the viewers and I really want to enroll. I want to find out more. What do I do?
So if you enter your information, here's the key, because we've talked to people who we then get back in touch with you. We send you an email, but some people aren't getting the email. So definitely put your phone number in there so we can also send you a text to make sure that you see the email. Check your junk folder. I don't know if there's new filters that try to keep people away from the information, but we'll be in touch. We're going to invite you onto a Zoom where we're going to lay out exactly how it works, and then you get to decide. And, I always say if it resonates, you will know. And we're just here to help and to bless people. So
I just want to let the viewers know that I have been involved with this membership as well, because I want some silver and gold. I can't rely my hard-earned money into my bank account because of how corrupt the banking system is, and especially us patriots who are involved in spreading the truth. I'm hearing that the deep state and the banks are finding ways to block people's PayPals and bank accounts, like General Flint had his bank account frozen, so I hear. So he says. So it's very important for me to have assets in my hand that I am in control of. And I've looked into the membership. I've looked into the security. I've looked into the sound wallet, and I'm very happy. And I heavily endorse the viewers to get involved. It's a very, very good security. So guys, thank you very much. Is there anything else that you'd like to say to the viewers before we finish?
Well, I would say this. The one other disturbing trend that we're watching across the country are the number of people losing their jobs because they're being forced to do something that they may not necessarily want to do. And for those people, I would absolutely recommend reach out because there are alternative ways. And it is something that when you can bless other people, again, around gold and silver, and be able to also give yourself some protection for the future in other ways, such as what we're just talking about, please reach out. Let us get you the information, make an educated decision for you and your family. And we're grateful you gave us the time to talk here, Nicholas.
I know. Thank you so much, Nicholas. We appreciate you. And we're so grateful that you're so courageous in spreading the truth, and anything we can do to help you and your viewers. It's our honor. So.
And don't procrastinate, everybody. Seriously, education is power, but there's going to be a life. I don't look forward to this day, but we heard from one of our founders and our CEO. We're in countries when the dollar fell apart and it was chaos and people were scared. They couldn't get money out of the banks, like you heard Nicholas talk about. They couldn't get food. One of our CEO went in with a backpack full of paper currency from that country, and it was worthless. They told him they were burning it in the street. And so don't let that get to that point. Give yourself at least the added protection is what I would recommend. At least learn and get educated about it.
What they noticed was that those who had gold and silver were able to help and get what they needed for their families. So,
yeah.
I want to say, get your silver now, because when Donald Trump is back, that silver's going up and it's too late. Okay, that's my opinion. But thank you very much. And we'll speak again very soon. God bless you.
God bless you, Nicholas. Thank you.